If you are mapping out your retirement, it is incredibly hard to ignore the pull of the Mediterranean. The idea of trading a harsh winter for a quiet, sun-drenched coastline is a very common American dream. When you look at Italy and Greece, they both seem to offer exactly what you want. You get incredible local food, centuries of history, remarkably safe communities, and daily living costs that are far below what you'd pay back home. The practical reality of retiring in either nation is governed by rigid immigration laws. This chart shows the reality of moving abroad. Both Italy and Greece score well on the horizontal axis for affordable daily living, but neither country allows you to move there indefinitely without proving you have a specific, recurring passive income to support yourself. That is where they split on the vertical axis. This massive gap in qualification requirements is the primary hurdle. The financial floor for each country is so different that it acts as an immediate filter for many potential expats. Today, we are going to look exactly at those upfront financial barriers, the actual costs of living on the ground, and how to match your personal lifestyle goals with the visa you can actually secure. The first step in planning your European retirement must be cleared by your wallet, long before you consult your heart. Let's look at the numbers. For most Americans, the realistic path to retiring in Italy is through the elective residence visa, commonly known as the ERV. This table breaks down the entry fees. To qualify for the Italian ERV as a single applicant, you have to prove you generate about $34,000 a year in passive income. At $34,000 annually, or roughly $2,800 a month, the Italian retirement option is highly accessible for a large portion of middle-class Americans living on pensions, Social Security, or investment yields. Now let's look at Greece. Their equivalent legal pathway is the Financial Independent Person Residence Permit, or the FIP. Under the FIP, a single applicant generally needs to demonstrate approximately $48,000 a year in passive income. This $14,000 gap is the primary filter, making the Greek residency pathway much more restrictive than the Italian one. This means if your reliable passive income sits strictly between $34,000 and $47,000, the Greek FIP is legally off the table. Italy wins by default. But what happens once you clear that legal hurdle? The good news is that your day-to-day cost of living is much lower in both places than it is in the US. Provided you stay out of the high-priced tourist hubs like Rome or Mykonos, a comfortable retirement in either country will run you roughly $1,800 to $3,000 a month. Italy offers significant real estate value in its southern regions. In places like Sicily or Calabria, rental apartments start around $500 a month, and you can buy properties beginning in the $30,000 to $50,000 range. Greece offers comparable deep value. Outside of Athens and the major tourist islands, rental apartments also start at $500 a month, with property purchases in many regions beginning around $40,000. You also don't have to worry about sacrificing medical quality to save money. Both nations boast highly rated healthcare systems, where expats can secure comprehensive private coverage for around $2,000 a year total. With rent, groceries, and medical care costs almost identical, the daily budget is effectively a draw. The decision rests on the infrastructure and your ability to integrate. Let's talk about how you'll actually get around. Italy operates one of the best high-speed rail networks in Europe. You can catch a train from Rome to Florence for $30. It makes exploring the entire length of the country fast, affordable, and entirely possible without the expense of owning a car. Greece's geography demands a different approach. You are going to rely heavily on ferry systems and buses to hop between islands or navigate the coast. Depending on where you settle, owning a car often becomes a practical necessity. Then there's the climate. Italy gives you distinct seasons. You can live near snowy mountains in the north or warm beaches in the south. Greece is for people who want consistent warmth, boasting more than 250 days of sunshine a year. Integration also means learning the language. Because Italian shares a lot of similarities with Spanish, many Americans find the vocabulary and pronunciation somewhat familiar and easier to pick up. Greek, on the other hand, operates on a completely different alphabet and phonetic structure. It's a steeper learning curve if you want to converse easily with your local neighbors. If you want seamless, land-based travel and an easier path to fluency, Italy delivers. If you are willing to navigate maritime schedules and a tougher language in exchange for endless sunshine, Greece is waiting. This flowchart brings it all together into a practical decision. The first question you have to answer is, does your passive income exceed $48,000 a year? If your income falls under that mark, but comfortably above $34,000, your legal path points directly to Italy. This path provides deep geographic variety, an extensive train infrastructure, and a language that has familiar roots. If you do clear the $48,000 hurdle, you have the financial luxury to choose based strictly on the lifestyle you prefer. If your priority is year-round sunshine, exploring thousands of islands, and embracing a slower, sea-based lifestyle, Greece is your match. Regardless of which path you take, navigating the actual immigration paperwork is notoriously complex. Partnering with vetted legal experts, like the ones we link to at adventurefreaks.com, is the smartest way to avoid expensive mistakes and delays. The best retirement destination is the one where financial and logistical requirements align with the life you are actually prepared to lead every day.